Silkworms in southern India love mulberry leaves. There are scores of them, and they are hungry. Harish Hande has given them some light to dine by. It makes raising them easier.
They have to feed every 4 hours, and they have to pick up worms that are ready for silk rearing. And they either use kerosene or they use candle, and that's very dangerous. I mean, that's a direct impact on their income because a drop of wax would destroy some of the worms. So solar was is the best solution for them, they could use solar light to feed as well as to remove the good worms that are ready for silk rearing.
The solar panels are on the roof. Harish Hande has already sold 25 of them, which is a lot for such a small village. All it took was one to start with. The neighbors saw that the system was cheap and reliable. In short, worth the investment.
Yes, and interestingly, see, the thing is that people have not bought it because of environment reasons. Yeah. It's wonderful to have environment as a positive, as a plus. But people have bought it because of compulsion, that it so much affects their income that solar becomes the sole option for them.
And thanks to the panels on the roof, there's also solar-powered lighting in the house as well. In the beginning, Harish Hande really had to convince people of the new technology. That's why he lived in an Indian village like this one after completing his engineering studies. He wanted to know how it is to live without electricity and what people in rural areas need. Millions of Indians earn less than $2 a day. Harish Hande established his company over a decade ago. At the time, he was in his mid-20s and didn't have much money himself.
If I go back to that time, I would still say that I should start with $30. Primarily because when you have less amount of money, you try to innovate a lot. And innovate in terms of financial models and need-based. And because your back is to the wall. And basically survival is the issue, and survival brings in innovations. There are people who have gone up to 136.
Bangalore is a thriving city in southern India, and it's from here that Harish Hande expanded his company, Selco. In the meantime, he and his employees have some 80,000 customers. They receive special low-interest loans from regional banks to finance their solar energy systems. Selco works closely with these banks. The firm gets some 80% of its earnings from selling solar power systems.
Once again, remove this, again reuse. A lot of the bank managers had not seen solar systems, so they never knew what they were giving a loan for. So that also was more difficult. So we had to create awareness among bankers and then convince them this is something that people would buy or pay for. So it took us 4 or 5 years to convince the financial institutions.
Harish Hande went to the outskirts of Bangalore to meet with his customer Vijay Kumar. He's used his solar power system to become self-employed. Vijay Kumar charges batteries and then rents them out. His business is making money, so he expanded his solar energy system.
The factor was that to destroy a myth that poor people cannot afford technologies. And that was a big myth. You're basically killing 2 birds with 1 stone of not only reducing poverty, but you're also helping the environment.
Vijay Kumar hits the road at about 4 in the afternoon. He loads his rickshaw with merchandise. Vijay Kumar says he's happy with the solar energy business and with the fact that people don't have the same problems getting electricity that they used to have. The greengrocers are already waiting at the curbside. More than 100 of them are Vijay Kumar's customers. He rents out a battery for 15 rupees a day, service included. This merchant complains that his lamp keeps flickering. It turns out the contacts are loose, and they're quickly repaired.
Yeah, it works fine. If it's a regular home lighting system, which is not related to income generation, you can come after 24 hours. But this is on-site at that point of time. Otherwise, two things would happen. They'll lose income, and they'll also lose faith in the technology.
As dusk sets in, the lamps are connected to the batteries, which will provide enough energy to give 5 hours of light. That's enough for this evening. The best business is done after the offices close and the customers are able to see what they're buying.